go across to Lakshmi Pant for more on that. You know, this is in fact a call which seems to be growing, Lakshmi, for the return of the monarchy in the Himalayan kingdom. And this is something that has been simmering for a while. You know, this sort of a dissatisfaction with the administration and the desire to see the monarchy back is what I think is by and large the sentiment here, isn't it, Lakshmi?
This time, this sentiment does not go out to the monarchy or king. This is completely the new generation's dissatisfaction with the service delivery, particularly the issue of corruption. So that is very important. Also, the ban of the social media is just a reference, just a context. You might be aware that the social media ban is now off for last night. And one of the social media platforms, X, formerly known as Twitter, has written back to the government of Nepal that they are not going to register, citing that the government engages in a lot of corruption. So that is one issue why the Gen Z new generation is demanding around. The second thing is that as of now, I just
different parts of Kathmandu and where I am right
yeah.
now, all I can hear are these shots. Tear gas cells are being shot by the police to disperse.
Okay, that
Yeah,
is a report that has been sent by Amit Bhardwaj. We'll go across to that in a moment from now.
And where I am right now, all I can hear are these shots. Tear gas cells are being shot by the police to disperse the protesters who were protesting at the Gaushala Road in Kathmandu. And right there, we'll try and get you a visual from the street as well. This is the street where you can see, the tires had been set to fire. There was a traffic police installation which was demolished by the protesters, after which we saw armed forces coming here. The armed police forces coming here, and they used tear gas shells to disperse the crowd from this particular street in Kathmandu. The situation is clearly turning violent on the ground, and we are trying to get you those visuals. It's a tire which has been set on fire by the protesters, after which the armed forces came. They fired several tear gas shells, and we can still hear shots being fired. The protesters are saying that on the other side, the police is firing. The situation seems to be turning volatile all across Kathmandu at this point in time. Sir, आप जिस तरफ से आ रहे हैं वहाँ क्या हो रहा है अभी?
टीयर गैस आ रहा है।
पुलिस छोड़ रही है?
पुलिस
छोड़ रही है?
पुलिस
क्या फायरिंग भी हुई है वहाँ?
फायरिंग नहीं,
टीयर गैस सेल छोड़े जा रहे हैं।
प्रदर्शन पुलिस होगी जाने करीब 200 हो जाए।
कितने प्रदर्शनकारी हैं वहाँ?
लगभग 20-30 हजार से
हर जगह चौक पे आप बता रहे
हैं।
ठीक है,
थैंक यू।
Okay, so we're getting you these visuals from the ground. Several politicians' houses across Nepal are also being now hit out by the protesters, and this is a visual coming from the Gaushala area of Kathmandu, where the police personnel just fired tear gas shells to disperse the crowd.
We are getting asked those details and that ground report at this point in time. My colleague there in Kathmandu is staying with these fresh pictures that are coming in of the paramilitary forces. In fact, this is the riot control authorities here, police, who are trying to bring the situation under control here in Kathmandu. And not just Kathmandu, to tell our viewers, Lakshmi, these are protests that are panning across. In fact, Nepal, in many other areas as well, like Viratnagar, for example, apart from the capital city of Kathmandu, isn't it?
Yeah, protests are visible across the country, not only in Kathmandu. And we have been alerting government for a couple of weeks, the media fraternity, civil society organization, with our statements not to go with these regressive steps, but government did not hear us. Yesterday only, the civil society groups working in the digital freedom rights issued a statement asking the coalition-led government, Deuba and Woli, to step down and to be responsible. They should be held accountable for all these massacres and attacks against peaceful demonstrations. And some of the ministers started resigning, but that does not work alone. The demands alongside the new generation is something to look after the corruption issue that is deep rooted, and international community along with several embassies based in Kathmandu have issued a statement asking the government of Nepal to be cautious and to respect the rights of protesters. So this is the situation, and there are speculations that KP Odi Sharma would also resign, but as of now, he has called for the all-party meeting. We don't know whether all party members are going to attend it, but situation is too much. It's not under the control. And as your reporter was briefing you, yes, it's true that there are lots of violent activities currently going on in Kathmandu and outside several other cities across Nepal.
Well, absolutely disturbing pictures coming in. The situation continues to be very tense. An all-party meeting has been called by Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli. There are also, in fact, indications that he could also be leaving the country, citing health reasons. Lakshmi also talked to us about the kind of outreach, if at all, that has been made here by the government to the people, trying to bring the situation under control, apart from unleashing the forces on them, which has led to just so much brutality. To tell our viewers, 20 young lives have been lost in Kathmandu and in other parts of the country in Nepal in this rioting that we've seen yesterday. Lakshmi.
Yeah, Prime Minister is at not to ready to accept his this inhuman attacks against the peaceful protesters. So the civil society organizations, media, and people at large, the new generations who have been doing these protests, has demanded KP Sharma Woli to resign from his post. Not only resignation of his prime ministerial position would work. He should be impeached for all these massacre that have been done to children. 12 years old a child was killed. Yesterday's a brutal killing in Kathmandu. So it's all about holding the government accountable and also addressing the demands put forward by the Gen Z group here in Nepal. So it's high time that we, as part of the civil society broader working groups here in Nepal, particularly in the freedom of expression sectors, to national and international communities, to put pressure on the government of Nepal so that they follow the national and international obligations. So as of now, if KP Sharma Woli, backed by Nepali Congress, Deuba, if they remain in the government, casualties are sure it's going to increase.
Worrying situation.